Any other movies you looking forward to seeing? I think I know there's a movie coming out, Happy Gilmore 2. I mean,
Yeah, Happy
steering
Gilmore
away
2.
from documentaries, but I'm a huge Happy Gilmore fan.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely, if I put together a top 10 list of sports films, it's definitely in my top 10.
See, it's crazy that you say that because it never occurred to me to think of Happy Gilmore as a sports film.
It's
It was just a comedy. It was just an Adam Sandler comedy to me.
but it's a golf film.
But it is a sports film. I see that. It makes sense. That's
So
crazy,
I mean,
though.
I would
I'd have
definitely
never
put in my
thought of that,
top
though.
10 sports films. But if I were talking sports comedies, it'd definitely probably be top 5. I don't know if I'd have to sit there and really think about comedy
What
sports
they would
films.
be. Yeah.
Um,
But no, that movie was dope, and it's on like that's a cult classic right there. Everything about Happy Gilmore. I mean, the Bob Barker appearance, the Chubbs, man, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips, you know.
Find your happy
place, you know.
So
like
no,
everything about that.
I think that
You want to go to
movie
Sizzler?
is just right. I thought we were going to Sizzler. Come on, shooter. We're gonna be friends still, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping the new one doesn't reach too hard. I know there's gonna be some callbacks from what I understand, and you know we did our little video review. It looks like it's coming off of the same gap in between the movies. So it's years later, you know, 20 plus years later that he's stepping back onto the greens, hitting his balls in.
Yeah.
Balls. But I think I'm gonna see it regardless because I'm a Happy Gilmore fan.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. You can't not see it.
So, but yeah, that's definitely up on my list of sports films to see. I think that's gonna be a.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all the cameos that pop up in it. You know, are they gonna?
I just feel like, how do you replace the Bob Barker cameo? That's probably one of the greatest cameos in a film.
It really was, because you didn't see that coming from Bob Barker.
I mean, once you saw your first time watching that movie, I mean, I know for me, and I saw Bob Barker in the movie, I'm like, okay. And then as the part kind of dragged on, there was some, you know, he was in it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like,
yeah,
oh, we're at the celebrity championship, da da da. Oh, you're playing with Bob Barker, boom. You know, you thought he'd say a line or two and that'd be it. And as it went on and on, he was getting more aggravated, more pissed off.
The fight scene,
and then they threw down. Yeah. I was like, oh man, like this is just too good.
Yeah, that was a twist you did not see coming.
Like at that part, did people just walk up to Bob Barker when they saw him out in public and go, "Can you say the price is right?" I mean, like I feel like, oh man, that was just too classic. So that's what I'm nervous about with part 2. Are they going to try to? It's fine to make some callbacks to the original, but they're going to try to recreate another sort of brawl moment, fight moment, argument with a different celebrity to try to repurpose that joke?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be something different? I mean, I don't know. It just depends, I guess, right?
I mean, I would like to think, Adam Sandler is a very talented director, filmmaker, producer. I would like to think that he would be aware of that and not try to reach back too much to try to recreate the Happy Gilmore, to try to use that as influence to create something new and different for today's generation and today's time, you know? So
I'm hoping.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Because, I mean, I can't think of any...
He's going to throw it out with Nick Cannon? Like...
Or maybe he'll get... who's the host of the Wheel of Fortune? Pat Sajak?
Pat Sajak?
Yeah, he'll get Pat Sajak out there.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that'll be it's good. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Yeah, that's definitely.
I'm gonna watch it regardless. But yeah, I love the original is just too classic for me. I mean, Adam Sandler's done a ton of movies, but
he has.
You know, the Happy Gilmores, the Billy Madisons, those were just
that. Yeah, early Adam Sandler, and it's dope seeing his growth throughout his movies. You know, because
indeed
back then they were basically, the only way I can refer to him as like stupid frat boy. Drunk movies, you know, Beware the Penguin, you know, like everything is immature. And then as he's gotten older, you've also seen his movies mature.
He's done some drama stuff.
He's done, you know, Big Daddy, which was still a comedy, but more adult type of content, you know, about him having a kid and all this other stuff.
Yeah, the basketball flick too. I'm brain farting on the title right now.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
But he showed his serious side. I thought that movie was dope.
Yeah,
and it was dope too because Adam is a basketball fan. He plays, obviously. You know, he's known to hoop.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good. He was like a
scout.
A scout. Yeah.
That movie was super, super dope. Yeah, it had Anthony Edwards in it.
Yeah. Then he does his You know what? He always seems to set himself up with a leading lady who are on a lot of people's top 10s lists.
Right.
You know?
He knows what he's doing. He knows clickbait.
Click,
no, I was kidding.
Click. No, Click. You know,
yeah.
He did Click.
Oh yeah.
With Salma Hayek.
Did you ever watch the movie he did called The Cobbler?
I wanted to. It's on my watch list, but I never got around to watching it.
I think the premise of the movie is different. I thought it was pretty dope. I liked it. I mean, he repairs shoes, and then he finds out one day that when he steps into people's shoes, he becomes the person who owns the shoes. He even turns into Method Man for a minute.
I got to check that out.
But
on some Freaky Friday shit.
It's to a certain degree, right? Yeah. So wasn't a terrible movie. I mean, it was different.
I'm gonna check it out. He's got a great catalog of movies. You know,
for sure.
Hate him or love him. Like you can't deny the movies. 50 First Dates. Him and Drew Barrymore. Anything that they do together, I enjoy. Wedding Singer.
Right.
Such a cute little date flick.
Little Nicky.
Little Nicky was hilarious.
I had a cameo in that movie.
For real?
Yeah. I was one of the monsters in that movie.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look for you next time.
You ain't gonna see me as all makeup. I got pictures. I got set pictures though.
That's what's up.
But no, and that's actually where I met Adam Sandler. He was really cool. He talked to a couple of us. We were hanging out. You know, very down to earth. I mean, no ego at all. Just a cool dude.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Definitely on the list. In other movie news, I saw an article, and I don't know the truthiness. Making up my own words now.
Truthiness
to this, but if true and if it becomes a thing, I'd be very interested. So they're working on an Evel Knievel biopic, and rumor has it that Leo DiCaprio is in talks to be
tagged to be Evel Knievel.
Evel Knievel.
Okay, I can see that.
And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, I can see it because Leo definitely gets into his characters.
He does, yeah. He plays them well.
So, and if you've
ever seen Django,
he did the Howard Hughes biopic.
Yeah,
and I thought he did great in that. So, I mean, yeah, I kind of want to see it now. I kind of want to see that come to fruition. I hope he's able to land the part. It seems like he's the front runner. Seems like there's talks happening.
That'll be, and is it going to be more of a drama? Is it going to be more of a comedy? Because I say ironically, but like when I think of Evel Knievel, the names that come to mind are somebody like a Danny McBride, like I imagine some type of slapstick, humorous comedy, or, like Hot Rod. You remember Hot Rod? Like that's the first kind of thing that comes to mind when I think Evel Knievel.
Evel Knievel wasn't.
I know he wasn't.
He was Daredevil, but
I know he wasn't.
But I mean, the ripoff of that was Super Dave. So I mean, if they're doing a Super Dave biopic, then yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We've had enough of those in the past that like when I think of Evel Knievel, that's where my first mind goes.
I feel like this is going to be like a serious movie, like a true story biopic, not a comedy.
Like another Talladega Nights,
No, it's not. It's not like, Super Dave.
Is Leo breaking out his comedy chops?
Yeah, not Super Dave. Not Super Dave.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think that could be a dope pairing, and seeing Leo do his thing. I mean, he definitely dives into roles. Blood Diamond. I mean, that's another movie that he did fantastic in. I mean, that wasn't a biopic or nothing like that.
No, but he's as an actor.
But just as an actor, I mean,
he definitely plays his roles well.
We won't even talk about Titanic. You can talk about everything. I mean, people are always going to bring up Titanic.
Catch Me If You Can.
But I was about to say Catch Me If You Can.
He was Frank Abagnale.
I loved that movie. Like him and Tom Hanks, they played so well off each other. I mean, I thought that was. Do you concur? I concur. Do you concur? I thought that movie was great. I loved watching it. I still love watching that movie.
Christopher Walken. Yeah, man. Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, I mean.
Pop in the VHS. Sit down with a bowl of popcorn.
Leo definitely dives in.
Definitely gets into character.
He dives into his roles.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. It'll be good to see him as Evel Knievel. Plus, I mean, when's the last time we've had an Evel Knievel story?
I have an unpopular opinion about Leo. So you remember the Romeo and Juliet?
Yes.
What did you like that movie?
Don't remember it. It's been too long. Like it's been so long that if I watched it, it would be like watching it again for the first time.
So a lot of people love that. That's like like when you say Leo, a lot of people go right to that.
Yeah.
Titanic, obviously, but obviously they go to Romeo.
Well, I would think Wolf of Wall Street now is the
Wolf of Wall Street was good too.
Is the biggest one that comes, or at least for me, that's the one that comes to mind now.
But for me, that Romeo and Juliet movie, it wasn't it.
No?
It was alright, but it was like.
But you're not putting that in his top tier of catalog.
And I don't know if that it was so hyped and whatnot, but it wasn't my, like when I saw it, I was like, all right, like it's Romeo and Juliet. I get it. It's like
didn't hit for you.
Yeah, it didn't hit. Like he has others on the list that I'll put way above that. Not a slight, just
no.
You know,
not everything is a winner. You know, not everything can be a winner.
So and it's funny. I was just thinking about that. You when we were talking about Cobbler, when we were going back, we're spinning the conversation. You
spin the block.
You said that Cobbler, when I was describing the premise, reminded you of Freaky Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you saw this Freaky Friday 2 coming out.
No, I didn't see that.
And it's
Freaky Friday 2.
It's Lindsay Lohan and you know, it's.
How do you remake? Who swaps this time? Do you swap with the dog?
I don't want to say I don't care because I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but I don't care.
I'm down to stream it. I'm down to stream it.
I mean, I think it's Lindsay Lohan has a kid now or something, and so it's like
the next generation of Freaky Fridays.
But it's still the original, so it still has it's 3 of them now. It's daughter, granddaughter, mother,
yeah. So
or something of that nature. It's like 4 of them complete. I think it's the swap. I don't know, but I was just like, this isn't a movie that needs a sequel. Like it's done. I mean, it was a remake to begin with,
right?
So it's kind of like, I don't know, man.
I mean, hey, body swapping is a thing. There's a lot of movies that dip into the body swapping genre. I'm trying to think of the one that had Ryan Reynolds. Remember that one?
Yeah, that was Ryan Reynolds and why am I brain farting on his name?
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
It's old boy from Smartless.
It's the Change Up.
Change Up, yeah, with Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like that one, I feel like that one was a unique.
They peed in the fountain. It could happen.
I feel like that one was a unique take on the body swap because typically when you see it, it's usually women. It's usually a kid and an adult.
Well, I think there was one with Matthew Perry and
17 again.
Yeah, where they did it. That was.
But again, kid and adult. You know,
kid and adult. Yeah, this was 2 kids. This was a married man and a bachelor.
Right.
Essentially
swapping it out. So
and this is I believe that's why they warn you not to cross the streams. See, they were pissing in the fountain. They crossed the streams and boom, now they body swapped.
Yeah, we can't have that. No body swapping.
That, if I'm not mistaken, that movie had one of the foulest intros I've ever watched. When I think Jason Bateman had to wake up to change the baby's diaper.
Right.
He looked over and the baby just and they showed the pulsating ass and just pooped right in his mouth. And it was all in his mouth. He was spitting it back out, and I was just like, yeah, that was foul.
Yeah,
but it was hilarious. Yeah, that movie was hilarious.
That was a good movie.
And the baby was banging his head on the side of the crib, just going nuts. So yeah, that movie was hilarious.
Freaky Friday 2, though. Yeah, I'm not rushing out to the theaters to go watch that one, but I will watch it on streaming when it comes out. I'm definitely a streamer.
You can let me know. I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
I'll give you the update.
Yeah,
after it comes out.
If it's really worth it, and
because I mean, I'm assuming Jamie Lee Curtis is.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah. I didn't say her name. My bad. Yeah.
Well, we mentioned Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis, and then there's two younger girls. That's why I said I don't know if it's Lindsay Lohan's adult now. She has 2 kids or something.
Right.
Yeah, the 4 of them all switch somehow.
But I'm a Curtis fan.
They go to a psychic, I think, and they switch with something the psychic does.
Yeah, I'm a Curtis fan. So I mean, it's streaming now. To me, it's the equivalent of like once a movie gets released on what used to be DVD and VHS, and then you watch it. Like that's how I feel about.
Some of them just go straight there anyway. So
yeah, straight to streaming, like the Adam Sandler movie.
Happy Gilmore, straight there.
Happy Gilmore too.
I mean, he's got all the Netflix films.
Yeah, he's done a big run with Netflix a lot lately. Yeah, so dope to see.
I noticed a lot of the Happy Madison films.
Yeah,
because of the David Spade films. There's a couple of those that are on there, and
yeah, David Spade.
So
funny dude.
But yeah, I mean, I loved
him. I loved him in Emperor's Last Groove.
All right.
I'm just saying. That's a iconic
I
movie
like
for
many
me.
people. Aside from the fact that he has plenty of movies, I go right to Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt was hilarious to me. I mean, everybody knows that movie was just funny. The second one, it was all right, but the first one was just classic.
Whole classic.
And don't get me wrong, Black Sheep. I mean, he's got movies, but
nah, Joe Dirt's definitely one of his more
hilarious,
highest recognizable movies that he's done. But he's done a lot.
Oh yeah,
he's done a lot. He did Senseless with Marlon Wayans.
That movie was that was good.
That was hilarious.
He has there's a new Netflix film called I think it came out last year, but it's called Wrong Missy. And I
feel like that was a couple years ago.
That movie's hilarious.
Yeah, that movie was great. That movie was hilarious. I love that one.
Yeah, it was like a year or so ago. Yeah, that movie was hilarious. Like Wrong Missy was really funny.
Yeah, I liked it.
So, but yeah, a lot of the Happy Madison, that production is. I think they must have some sort of a Netflix deal going on.
Oh, I'm sure.
Which is fine with me.
And I love the fact that in Adam Sandler's network, like you always see him working with his friends. Like he has his core group, and I don't know how he decides who's going to be in the movies or if he offers it to them and they accept or they don't. But it's always nice seeing the same people in his movies.
That and I like the callbacks to like where it's almost like he has his own. And I think we've talked about this. He has his own like universe where certain characters will pop. Why is this character in this movie? You know what I mean? But like like the Happy Gilmore, the original, the bum that was the caddy.
Yeah,
he was the bum that was in what was the one where his twin sister.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name of Jack and Jill. Yeah.
I think they had him over for dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm uncomfortable."
Yeah.
But the fact that they called back and it was the same homeless dude, I just thought that was. They do that a lot. They do that. I mean, obviously, Rob Schneider.
Yeah, if Rob Schneider pops back up, all I imagine is...
You can do it!
Right, exactly.
So
exactly.
They should just do a movie called You Can Do It! Just based around that dude.
Waterboy was a classic, bro.
Waterboy, again, when we talk about sports comedy films.
That one definitely...
Waterboy is hilarious.
Brings up as a sports comedy, yeah.
So I guess he's got 2 sports comedy films that are on my list.
Yeah, great movie.
And he did The Longest Yard, another sports football movie.
That's right.
Which wasn't terrible either.
Man,
it was a remake, but it was good.
Sandler's got a resume.
It was good.
Sandler's got a resume.